Retailers like Target, car companies like Toyota, and producers like Alcoa say households are cutting back and holding on to their hard-earned cash. If you look at recessions in this country going back to the 40s, the stock market falls an average 34% before bottoming. Brian, we are just past that point now. The only question is whether this downturn is going to be average or something worse.
Again, I wish we had something better to report night after night. Carl Quintanilla, as always, thanks. One of the most disturbing aspects of this financial crisis, this brutal stock market decline that Carl just mentioned, is what comes with it, the huge hit to retirement savings. More than $2 trillion evaporated from pensions and 401ks this year alone. That's causing millions of Americans to rethink their plans and their lives. That report from NBC's Mark Potter.
59-year-old Mark Prince makes a living renting apartments in Hollywood, Florida, and draws interest income from a retirement investment account. But with the downturn of the economy and the credit squeeze, he says any dreams he once had for a retirement have now vanished.
I'm very frustrated. I'm very upset, and I'm not the only one.
Mark Prince is being squeezed by the economy in 4 different ways. 1, the value of his retirement account has fallen. 2, a severe drop in housing prices makes it impractical to sell his apartment units. 3, the rise in unemployment and living costs makes it harder for some of his tenants to pay the rent. And 4, increased health care costs means he pays more than $28,000 a year in insurance premiums for himself and his wife. As bad as the economy is for Americans facing retirement and perhaps having to delay it, for those who've already retired and are living on reduced investment income, times are very tough. John Rogers, a retired minister in Claremont, California, and his wife Barbara, a retired school teacher, have pensions to live on, but are still worried about the future and have cut back on spending.
I think we've both been nervous. We don't really understand what's happening, and we sense that most people don't understand what's happening.
It's a problem faced nationwide. Even public pension plans for state and local governments lost more than $300 billion from June 2007 to June 2008. And since January, the value of 401k plans fell between 7.2 and 11.2%. Troubling numbers felt very personally from coast to coast. Mark Potter, NBC News, Miami.
Now, a related topic, presidential politics. And about last night, looks like 63 million of us watched on television, more than the first presidential debate, but fewer viewers than that Biden-Palin VP debate. There were no devastating or towering moments in the Obama-McCain debate in Nashville last night. All we heard beforehand was that McCain was most comfortable in the so-called town hall format, though many viewers saw something less than that. As it turned out, 2 moments from last night loomed large today as the campaigns went back on the road with just 27 days to go now until the election. Our report tonight from NBC's Andrea Mitchell.
In Bethlehem, Pennsylvania today, the Republican candidate's wife, Cindy McCain, accused Barack Obama of not supporting the troops in Iraq, including her son.
The day that Senator Obama decided to cast a vote to not fund my son when he was serving sent a cold chill through my body.
In fact, Obama voted against money for the troops once, in May 2007. He said because the bill didn't include a timetable for withdrawal. But John McCain also voted against a troop funding bill 2 months earlier for the opposite reason, because that bill called for a troop withdrawal. The day after their second debate, John McCain also kept up his attack on Obama.
Whatever happened to the tax relief he promised them when he was a candidate for the Senate?
Again today, the McCain crowd was rowdy. At one point, someone shouted, "Off with his head," about Obama. And the Republican County Chairman, William Platt, asked, imagine if you woke up on November 5th and Barack Hussein Obama, was our new president. The campaign later said, we do not condone this inappropriate rhetoric. But that kind of rhetoric is becoming commonplace, especially at Sarah Palin's rallies. Today, Joe Biden challenged her.
To have a vice presidential candidate raise the most outrageous inferences, the ones that John McCain's campaign is condoning, is simply wrong.
Democrats are also buzzing about McCain's debate performance last night, saying he seemed dismissive and disrespectful when he referred to Obama as that one.
You know who voted for it? Might never know. That one.
That line spawned howls and a cottage industry of headlines on liberal blogs and even T-shirts on websites. Biden with Ann Curry on Today explained it this way.
When John knows that he's on the attack and he's not feeling good about it, John never looks you straight in the eye. John doesn't go and refer to you by your first name.
Critics also jumped on McCain for seeming to patronize one questioner in the debate, Oliver Clark, who asked what it will take to help people having a difficult time in the economic crisis.
Really the match that lit this fire was Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. I'll bet you may never even have heard of them before this crisis.
Today, Obama was in Indianapolis, the first Democrat to campaign in the heart of that red state in October since LBJ.
I can take 4 more weeks of John McCain's attacks, but the American people can't take 4 more years of John McCain's Bush policies.
As Republicans try to figure out how to slow Obama's momentum. Andrea Mitchell, NBC News, Washington.
Which brings us to our political director, Chuck Todd. He's in our NBC News Washington bureau. Chuck, again, with a caveat that a week is a year in politics this year. As you look at the electoral map, do you see things hardening? And could anything switch it up, change it?
Well, of course, something could change things if you got a big event, an outside event. But barring something, John McCain really needs to figure out how to close the gap in the economy, because right now Obama's becoming default, and it's not just him. We're seeing Democrats down the ballot benefiting from this economic downturn. Republicans getting punished, but I'll tell you, Obama is stepping on the gas, Brian. A new report from the University of Wisconsin that tracks ad spending shows Obama is outspending McCain 8-1 in North Carolina, 3-1 in Florida, 4-1 in Indiana, 2-1 in Colorado. In some of these red states, states that John Kerry really didn't compete in 4 years ago, and there's no way McCain gets to 270 if he loses just one of them. The resources right now that Obama has, that's what's making it even more difficult for McCain to catch up.
And there's also free media. There's campaigning, and the traditional role of the Veep is to sometimes say things the top of the ticket won't say. Is the Palin strategy working?
Well, it's interesting to see that Sarah Palin today didn't bring up the Bill Ayers controversy that she had been doing the last 3 days. They seem to be pivoting a little bit. Yes, she's still the attack dog, and they are doing it to woo the base. She's going on Fox again tonight, doing a lot of that stuff. But they've yet to figure out how to get her to woo swing voters.
All right, Chuck Todd from our Washington bureau. He'll continue to watch this, and we want to let you know Chuck is available to answer some of your questions on politics online this week at nightly.msnbc.com. When our broadcast continues here this Wednesday night, one town where houses are actually selling again. And then later, one of the U.S. Navy's longest battles, and yet not a shot has been fired.
Every day, people with type 2 diabetes are doing more to find a healthy balance with diet, exercise, and the once daily pill, Januvia. Januvia is different and works in 2 ways. It helps your body increase the insulin made in your pancreas and decrease sugar made in your liver to lower blood sugar. Plus, Januvia is not likely to cause weight gain. Januvia should not be used in patients with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis and has not been studied with insulin. Your doctor may perform blood tests periodically to check your kidneys. If you have kidney problems, a lower dose may be prescribed. Tell your doctor right away and stop taking Januvia if you have an allergic reaction that causes swelling of the face, mouth, or throat, or affects your breathing or causes rash or hives. Side effects may include upper respiratory infection, stuffy or runny nose, and sore throat and headache. Using Januvia and a sulfonylurea together may cause low blood sugar. To reduce this risk, your doctor may prescribe a lower dose of the sulfonylurea. So talk to your doctor about a different way. Januvia.
For the worst allergies, I want a product with the best decongestant. My choice is Clear. Claritin D.
Nothing works stronger, faster, or longer to relieve your worst allergy symptoms, including congestion, without drowsiness. Get Claritin D at the pharmacy counter.
Smith Claritin Clear.
The generation that swore it would never get old didn't. Welcome to the summer of life. New Touch of Gray from Just for Men. Lets you keep a little gray. Works gradually. Easy.
Never trust anybody over 90.
New Touch of Gray.
Is that the famous to-do list?
That's right.
It'll take a while.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna lower my cholesterol.
And how long is that gonna take?
Oh, 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be done with this by then.
You are on, baby.
Okay.
Still not done yet, huh?
Cheerios helped you. I'm on my own out here.
I can see that.
Help lower your cholesterol 4% in just 6 weeks with Cheerios cereal. Cheerios, now's the time.
We are back with more tonight on what's at the root of so many economic troubles right now. What happened to housing in this country? The sheriff in Cook County, Illinois, which includes, of course, city of Chicago, announced today that his deputies will not take part in any more foreclosure evictions. The reason? Too many evictions are happening to people whose landlords are being foreclosed on, even though the tenants are paying the rent. In South Florida, which was one of the epicenters of this housing mania a few years back, something's happening that hasn't happened there in a long time. People are back in the market buying again. The reason here is simple. Prices have fallen now far enough that it might make economic sense for some who are able to buy a house. The story from NBC's Michelle Kaczynski.
In a sea of foreclosures,
This month, we have 2,450.
there's a growing wave
I love this bathroom.
of something folks haven't seen here for years: affordability.
A home like this for $250,000, now it's 1/5 the price it was just a few years ago.
It's now $55,000. This one, $52,000. 4 bedrooms, low 80s.
This house still smells brand new. It's never been lived in. The bank took it over from the builder. A couple of years ago, it would have sold for around $275,000. Today, it is offered at $80,000.
The newer homes predominantly are up in the north.
And buyers are swarming back. Here in Lee County, Florida, sales are up 80% over last year.
It is wild.
This was the 24-year-old student Kelly Francis got a mortgage. It's the home now she's trying to grab.
You have to jump right on it if you find it. There's a ton of people going after the same house.
People are paying cash. Insurance agent Larry Cheeseborough has been outbid 14 times, but is optimistic.
Very excited. I've been waiting a long time for my piece of the American pie.
Across the country, the average price of a house has dropped nearly 5% from a year ago. And in the boom towns where prices had skyrocketed, drops up to 35% since their peak. The Kenyans finally sold their Connecticut home and bid on this one sight unseen, $96,000. It was $295,000.
I love this house. I can't stop saying that. I do.
It's twice the square footage. It's twice the house. And I'm in Florida.
Buyers are getting mortgages, but it's tougher. Now you need proof of income, decent credit. Lenders are checking references. And zero down is mostly a thing of the past. Still, in many neighborhoods, doors forced shut are starting to open for a fraction of the price. Michelle Kosinski, NBC News, Cape Coral, Florida.
One more story related on the home front tonight. This one from Portland, Oregon, early this morning. Talk about a rude awakening. Sometime before 6 a.m., a house broke off its foundation, slid down a rain-soaked hill with a resident inside the home, clipped 2 others on its way before coming to a crashing halt against a third home at the bottom of all that. Neighbors helped free the woman who'd been inside the home for the entire ride down the hill, amazingly, without injury. When we continue here in a moment, the battle to become the next commander-in-chief and the battles that await the winner.
We all have internal plumbing, but for some of us, it can be a problem. You know, frequent, sudden bladder urges. You worry your pipes might leak, so it's hard to always do things spur of the moment. If you've had enough, talk to your doctor about taking care with Vesicare. Vesicare once a day can help control your bladder muscles so it can help reduce urges and leaks day and night. If you have certain stomach problems, glaucoma, or trouble emptying your bladder, do not take Vesicare. Tell your doctor right away if you have a serious allergic reaction, severe abdominal pain, or become constipated for 3 or more days. Vesicare may cause blurred vision, so take care while driving or doing unsafe tasks. Common side effects are dry mouth, constipation, and indigestion. Fewer urges and leaks. The chance to be more spontaneous. Vesicare can make a difference. Ask your doctor today about taking care with Vesicare.
constipation, bloating, gas, diarrhea. People, is your colon sending you a message? Now there's new Philips Colon Health with probiotics. It helps naturally restore the balance in your digestive system, so you can avoid those very unpleasant symptoms with new Philips Colon Health.
Where does it hurt?
My aching back.
Introduce yourself to Thermacare Heat Wraps. Real penetrating heat, clinically proven to deliver targeted pain relief that soothes and relaxes tight muscles all day.
Great idea.
Try Thermacare Heat Wraps and wear it where it hurts.
It was that day at the airport. Carl had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
Grandpa!
But I waited to see how he did.
Julie?
I'm Amy, Grandpa.
That day I knew I couldn't wait. Our doctor told us prescription Aricept is the only treatment proven effective for all stages of Alzheimer's. Studies showed Aricept slows the progression of Alzheimer's symptoms. It improves cognition and slows the decline of overall function. We started Carl on it right away.
Aricept is well tolerated, but not for everyone. People at risk for stomach ulcers or who take certain other medicines should tell their doctors because serious stomach problems such as bleeding may get worse. Some people may experience fainting. Some people may have nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, bruising, or not sleep well. Some people may have muscle cramps or loss of appetite or may feel tired. In studies, these were usually mild and temporary.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Talk to your doctor about Alzheimer's treatments, including Aricept. Don't wait. Alzheimer's isn't waiting.
Tomorrow, diabetes, the warning signs, and the new treatments that are saving lives. Tomorrow on Today on NBC.
New information tonight about an American airstrike in Afghanistan back in August. At the time, U.S. military officials said that 5 to 7 civilians have been killed in the raid, despite Afghan and UN claims of something like 90 civilian deaths. But now a military investigation has concluded there were in fact 33 civilian deaths, 12 of them children, in addition to 22 militants killed, including a Taliban commander, they say. No issue has more sharply divided John McCain and Barack Obama than this nation's twin conflicts, U.S. troops on the ground fighting dual wars. NBC News Pentagon correspondent Jim Miklashevsky has our report tonight, the latest in our series on the issues, where they stand.
Ending the war in Iraq responsible.
It's the most heated political battle in the presidential campaign.
I would rather lose an election than lose a war.
From the very beginning, Barack Obama has opposed the war in Iraq, and if elected, promises to end it.
As president, I will end this war in Iraq. We will have our troops home within 16 months.
To John McCain, that's a strategy for defeat.
I'm going to end this war, but when I bring our troops home, they will come home with victory.
Obama would set a timetable to withdraw all U.S. combat brigades by April 2010. A deadline, he says, would force the Iraqi government to settle political differences, take over its own security, and start footing the bill.
And while we pay a heavy price in Iraq, and Americans pay record prices at the pump, Iraq's government is sitting on a $79 billion budget surplus from windfall oil profits.
McCain would also begin to withdraw troops, but rejects a specific timetable, arguing that a premature withdrawal from Iraq could reignite sectarian violence.
We've sacrificed too much to risk everything we've gained, and all we could yet gain because the politics of the hour make defeat the more convenient position.
Both McCain and Obama would leave a smaller residual force in Iraq to pursue al-Qaeda and train Iraqi security forces. U.S. military officials tell NBC News that could still require up to 50,000 American troops for 15 to 20 years.
No matter who is elected president in November, there will continue to be some kind of American advisory and counterterrorism effort in Iraq for years to come.
As U.S. combat troops withdraw from Iraq, both Obama and McCain would send additional forces to Afghanistan, where the Taliban and al-Qaeda have regrouped, and violence is once again on the rise.
We took our eye off Afghanistan. We took our eye off the folks who perpetrated 9/11.
If I'm elected president, I'll turn around the war in Afghanistan, just as we have turned around the war in Iraq.
But military officials caution that by their very nature, wars are unpredictable, and the enemy always gets a vote. So promises made in the heat of a political campaign may be impossible to keep as commander-in-chief. Jim Miklashevsky, NBC News, the Pentagon.
We're back in a moment with how it is that whales came before the bench.
All around the world, men with erectile dysfunction have taken 36-hour Cialis. Today, men can also be ready with another dosing option, Cialis for daily use, a clinically proven low-dose tablet you take every day, so you can be ready anytime the moment is right.
Tell your doctor about your medical condition and all medications, and ask if you're healthy enough for sexual activity. Don't take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Don't drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, stop taking Cialis and call your doctor right away.
36-hour Cialis or Cialis for daily use. Ask your doctor if a Cialis option is right for you, so when the moment is right, you can be ready.
At work, I wear black. My old shampoo wasn't working, so I switched.
Selsun Blue, doctor recommended for flakes and itch.
Never wear black without the blue. Selsun Blue.
And try new Selsun Blue Naturals. The difference is clear.
It's endless shrimp at Red Lobster. Indulge in endless choices of your favorite shrimp, including new shrimp in a spicy Cajun butter sauce. It's endless shrimp, our best value of the year. Now at Red Lobster.
Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles with 2 different gels for softness and support are outrageously comfortable.
I'd rather walk anyway.
Are you gelling? Dr. Scholl's.
Should a woman over 50 take the same multivitamin as a man? There's a choice. One-A-Day Women's 50+ Advantage. The only complete multivitamin with support for breast health and bone strength. Plus more ginkgo for memory and concentration. From One-A-Day.
Why let changing your oil drain your wallet when so many car care companies love to fill the blue envelope with valuable coupons? From offers on oil changes to reductions from retailers to half-off home improvement, there's something in it for you. Valpak and Valpak.com. To advertise, call 1-800-4-VALPAK.
Watch The Martha Stewart Show weekdays. Look for your blue envelope from Valpak for your chance to win a trip to the show.
This is a KGW News Channel 8 update.
Next, a house suddenly gives way, sliding 300 feet down a hillside. Here are the 911 calls from neighbors who couldn't believe what they saw. Plus, can the new-look Blazers do it again tonight against the Warriors?
And will the great look of our weather continue? We've got colder air on the way. Let you know when the rain arrives at 6.
Finally here tonight, the case that brought creatures of the deep before the...
Gas is the equivalent of removing millions of cars from the road. I think this is the most important project that I've worked on in my career.
Franklin Templeton Investments. Our unique perspective helps us see domestic and international markets in a different light. Franklin Templeton Investments. Gain from our perspective.
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you. More information about investing is available in the NPR Video Library of Personal Finance. To order this DVD set, call 1-800-PLAY-PBS or visit online at shoppbs.org.
We are PBS.
Safe Corporation, helping make Oregon a safer place to work for all Oregonians. Online at safe.com.
Are you ready for digital TV?
PBS and This Old House have teamed up to help you make the transition to digital television.
Tune into this special program to find out what's changing and what you have to do to get ready.
Sunday night at 10 p.m.
This week on Oregon Art Beat, the do-it-yourself craft movement has taken the city by storm. But trust us, this is not your grandmother's knitting. See why more and more people are joining the handmade revolution. And we'll go behind the scenes at the Oregon Ballet Theater's production of Swan Lake. Watch out, prima ballerinos Yuko Ino and Allison Roper bring different styles to the same classic dance role.
Join us Thursday at 8 p.m.
I'm Jim Lara. On the next News Hour, analysis of Tuesday night's presidential debate. That's Wednesday on the News Hour.
When you invest in OPB, you enrich curious minds. You inspire conversation and discovery. You make a difference. OPB Cornerstone Society. Join us.
Shop OPB.org. Support OPB and take home the programs you love. Members get a 10% discount. Shop OPB.org.
This week on Oregon Field Guide. Come with us on a scuba diving adventure in the Yamhill River with the fossil hunter who ends up making an amazing discovery.
You ain't gonna believe this!
Right in front of our camera. Then we head deep in the Pacific Ocean for a rare look at our planet's only known active undersea volcanoes. And finally, see what Lewis and Clark had to do just to put a little salt on the table. Oregon Field Guide, Thursday night at 8:30.
Terwilliger Plaza, a continuing care retirement community in the heart of downtown Portland. Information on living at Terwilliger Plaza and the new expansion at Terwilliger's website.
Pacific Oncology, offering advanced diagnostic imaging services and state-of-the-art medical oncology and radiation therapy in an integrated cancer care center. The franchisees of Pacific Pride, an Oregon company, serving the fueling needs of commercial customers throughout Oregon, the U.S., and Canada.